Hey everyone, the Wagon Wheel of Wisdom here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell notifications down below if you haven't already. Good morning, folks, and welcome to another great episode of the Wagon Wheel of Wisdom. Behind me, as usual, the beautiful wagon wheel, and hopefully still a little wisdom up here. I am Kevin, your host. This morning, I want to talk about something a little bit different and a realization that I had come to while journaling last night and immersing myself in this book called An Act of Consciousness. It is a bizarre book. Bizarre in the sense that had I read this, months earlier, I don't think any of this would have registered. And last night it consumed me so much, I think I'm about 75 pages into it already. But it really helped me come to a unique realization of something that I am very guilty of on this journey, and something I have probably still been doing to some degree. And I would like to mention that we have to stop putting our ex on a pedestal. And what I mean by that, and I think that is probably one of the biggest problems as far as me doing what they call the looping aspect of it, where I'm sitting there constantly thinking about it. I've touched on a couple videos where I have thought that we, in a sense, probably feel incomplete without them. That the loss of them feels like the loss of both of us in some aspects. You've lost them and you're losing your sense of self because of how much you miss them and yearn for them. And, excuse me, I'm reaching for my coffee here. Good dark roast this morning. But when you're in that sort of mindset, that means they're sitting up here on this pedestal in your head, and you're keeping yourself down in this area here below them. That you've come to this thought that I can't really live without them. I had said also that I've been doing all kinds of meditation, and I'm telling you, the more you practice that, the more you put a little discipline into it, the more you can sit there and ask yourself these hard questions. Like, for instance, and the reason that I came to this realization last night is I just asked, what is this pain around my heart that I constantly feel? And if you guys are anything like me or have had similar physical symptoms, which I've also talked about, man, it's the real deal. I equate it to what they call heartbreak in a way, but I had sat there and just had asked, what is this pain around my heart? And while sitting in meditation, and this might sound all woo-woo to people that have not practiced it, but I'm telling you, the more you sit with this, literally and figuratively, the more you're going to have those tough questions answered. But it is so necessary for the soul to speak to you, and it's trying to all the time through this. It just comes at a point where you're resisting it because of how emotionally distraught you may be in these moments. And again, I can't stress it enough. This is hard. This is a tough journey that you are on. But every time you knock down one of these little bricks off the wall to discover yourself on the other side, it's a freeing feeling. And what I'm mentioning here is, by taking them off this pedestal, you're not disrespecting them. In fact, you're honoring them, because you're honoring you as an equal or even above them. And I believe ultimately, if reunion is to happen, that is the goal you should all be reaching for anyway. The pedestal shouldn't be one person up here, one person down here. While you're doing the work, keep yourself on the pedestal up here. They're doing the work too. They're going to meet you at that same height, at that same level, on that same pedestal, looking at each other eye to eye. The more we sit there, and the more I sit there and think that, oh my God, stuff is so incomplete without here, the longer this is going to go on. And it's evident. It is evident that is the case. Because I'm not being true to me, and I think I've discovered that is why that pain around my heart hurts so damn much. Because this morning, it's feeling very liberated. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's not going to wane and wax and come back, and I'm sure it's going to, because this is a process that is going to take a while. The essentially moving on and getting over your ex. But At the same token, the self-discovery that comes along, the little victories that I keep talking about, are monumental, you guys, because the second you begin to understand you all over again, they're off that pedestal. And it isn't to say that they're not important, because they were. Okay? I want to be clear on that. They were important in your life. I can't speak in a present sense because they're obviously not there. What do you mean they're not important? It's not what I'm saying. They have to go on their journey, which is why they are in this separation stage, and learn this stuff on their own, and we are not in control of any of that as far as their progressions, how quickly they're going through this. The dark night of the soul and depression stuff for me is pretty darn real. I can't imagine that it isn't any less real for them. It's just going to be different, and we have to honor that. And that is the important part as well, because if you're honoring their wishes, you are honoring yourself first and keeping them off of this pedestal and keeping you up on top. And that's where it is. While you're up on top, this is the ultimate belief for me at this moment in time. And it might sound cheesy and cliche, but learn to love yourself. What does that look like? Well, for me, it has been enacting all of these new disciplines. No drinking, no smoking weed. I am not dating. I haven't had any sex with anybody since I broke up, or since we've been broken up. I am up early in the morning between 3 and 4 a.m. and this sometimes isn't by choice. It's just I choose to get up, but I'm feeling refreshed, and I can sit with myself in the dark, in the quiet, inside, outside, and just listen during the meditations. Just listen, and that's all it's about, observing that. As far as other new disciplines, I feel called outside all of the time. I get outside and go for walks as much as I can. And most importantly is the slowing down of the thoughts, which I found in meditation. I feel a gravitational pull towards books like these. Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, I'm reading. This book is similar, different in ways too. It's just this thirst to learn about what feels right to me, and that story can be different for everybody, but along this journey, that is the ultimate discovery, is the discovery of self, and taking this individual that we are under this illusion that we can't live without off that pedestal and putting yourself up there so you can radiate the love to the world. Regardless of where we are at in this journey, you guys, this, I believe, is a teaching tool for you first, to then teach the world what love is really all about, love of self. I've begun to kind of cross that threshold of being angry and resentful, but what I noticed after I'm knocking down all of these old belief systems, that I was angry and resentful of myself, that my ex was just mirroring these exact same emotions, and I do mean exact same emotions that she was feeling in her life right back at me. That's the point, to awaken you to this. That's why we have to honor their space. Hard to do, believe me. I've come up with a million reasons to send an email, even, or make a new email account, because I'm blocked, man. She has run, literally and figuratively, run as fast as she possibly could. I've even had dreams that have spoke to me about this. We haven't had any conversation in any of the dreams that I've had about her, and all she's doing is running away in those dreams from me. So again, my soul speaking to me about where things are at. This is a game of patience. This is a game of learning. This is a game of sitting with yourself, as hard as that is, and just accepting the circumstances as they are and reinventing the wheel, so to speak. I actually didn't realize that. That's the first time I've said that until now. Funny how things work, I guess. But please, do your best, if you haven't started from this moment forward, to learn to separate yourself from them. There's a great meditation that I listened to online last night. Aaron Doughty, I believe is the name. I don't know if I can put the link of it in the description below, but Aaron Doughty meditation. It is 17 minutes long, 18 minutes long. If you can visualize while you're going through it, but please be patient with meditation, just like you have to be patient with this. This is a game of patience and discipline. in the best of ways, but enacting patience and discipline into your life is going to spill over into so many other areas as it is. But it is about basically placing an imaginary seed in your heart, and just do what you can to listen to it as long as you can, and just see how you feel afterwards. I felt an incredible warmth had come over me that I've been looking for a little while now. And it's really, well, you're supposed to do it for 30 days. I'm going to probably do it multiple times per day, just to kind of recenter myself, reinstill that belief system that she no longer, or he no longer needs to be up in that pedestal. I no longer need to be chasing them. You need to honor their wishes for the separation. You need to honor everything about it. And as hard as that is, it's hard on them too. It's just different. But space is what is needed here for me, and I'm assuming for you too. So that is what I have this morning. I hope all of you have an incredible day. I love you guys. This group has been amazing. I get multiple comments per day, some from the same people, some from new people. I welcome all of you to this, as I'm going to try and be here and talk you through this journey. I didn't mention earlier, but I'm only 4 months into this, so I'm still a baby, still learning, and always immersing myself into it. But as these epiphanies and changes come, I'm not going to remain static in old belief systems when new things come up, and it's like these aha moments, because damn it, that's the point of this. This is a brand new world right now for me, and I hope to make it a brand new world for all of you, because we need to make a brand new world together where, well, we think quite differently, and it starts with us. Okay? Love you guys. Later.